Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your best life in Jesus Christ. I'm sure I'm not the only one in the world who has a hard time taking criticism. I don't think it comes as any surprise that most people don't like to be criticized, and it's kind of tough to take sometimes. Often the person criticizing you has no real concept of the situation you face, nor do they have a valid reason to criticize. They just want to gripe and complain, and you get to be the target. I've found that even though these kind of folks are a bit annoying, it's often best just to, as my dad used to say, nod your head and keep going. But the ones that really get to me are the criticisms that are valid and that are made by someone I love and respect. I mean, everyday criticism is easy to ignore, though it does require some effort. But no one likes to be told they're wrong, no matter how kindly. It seems it is so easy to be offended by those we sincerely care about. The best kind of change, though, can come from truly listening to those we love when they criticize us. Proverbs 27:5-6 says, "Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Wounds from a friend can be trusted." The trouble is that so often we would rather be ruined by praise than saved by criticism because truth hurts. It bruises our ego, makes us uncomfortable, and calls for change. True friends don't find pleasure in hurting us. Rather, they love us too much to deceive us. They're people who, with loving courage, point out that what we may already know but find hard to truly accept and live by. They tell us not only what we like to hear, but also what we need to hear. Solomon honored such friendship in his Proverbs. Jesus went further. He endured the wounds of our rejection, not only to tell us the truth about ourselves, but to show us how much we're truly loved. Proverbs 10:17 says, "He is on the path of life who heeds instructions, but he who ignores reproof goes astray." Like I said, nobody likes criticism. It can hurt, especially when unsolicited, and it's sometimes delivered with unkind words and a harsh spirit. However, we must be careful not to reject this reproof without first considering whether it might be valid. God can use an honest, direct person to convey something we need to hear. Criticism forces us to examine ourselves, and God's goal is that we grow in spiritual maturity and holiness. But we have blind spots that keep us from seeing the areas He really wants us to transform. If we fail to listen to a reproof He allows to come our way, our spiritual growth could be stunted. However, this doesn't mean that all critiques are valid. That's why it's important to respond well and evaluate criticism correctly. Here are some tips I've learned over time that I use when I'm faced with criticism. First, do not immediately reject the comment, blame the person, or defend yourself. Instead, consider what was said and ask God to help you discern if it's indeed true. Secondly, thank the person for his interest in you and explain that you'll reflect on his observation. If he was sincere, he'll be appreciative, but if his intentions were negative, this often disarms them. Third, evaluate the criticism and determine what exactly is under scrutiny. Is it your beliefs, your character, God, whatever? And fourth, view this as an opportunity for growth, and if necessary, apologize. Yes, I've said apologize. Instead of allowing criticism to lead us into anger and self-pity, we should let it do its work in our life, and it has work to do. We can't allow hurt or anger to derail what God wants us to do and what He wants to do in us. Namely, He wants to make us more Christ-like. And isn't that what we all want anyway? I hope today is a fantastic day. I want you to know that I'm here if you need me, and I love you all.